guys, Jexy here. Welcome back to another video. So I'm driving home from work and I thought that while I had the opportunity I would chat with you guys. So there has been a lot of discussion about what it means to be an advocate, specifically a mental health advocate or a recovery advocate, and whether saying you're an advocate automatically puts extra responsibilities on you and the type of content and discussions you can have with people. So let's chat about it. Okay, so if I can find some examples of people who call themselves advocates, maybe I'll throw them in here. But if not, it's fine. What I want to talk about is there's a difference, I think, between when people talk about their experience and can also consider themselves advocates. And also, as I said in the intro, is being an advocate mean that you automatically have more responsibilities for the type of content you put out? I've seen this come up a lot in my time on YouTube with people who claim to be mental health advocates and then or recovery advocates, and they do seem to be looked at with a narrower scope of what's appropriate for the type of content they put out. Myself, although I probably could be considered an advocate, as I do advocate for recovery, I don't generally call myself an advocate. I consider myself a recovering addict who simply shares my experience, strength, and hope with other people on the internet. But I don't, in my intros and stuff, you'll never hear me talk about, like, I'm a recovery advocate. And a lot of people don't. And I think the reason for this is because when I use terms like advocate, it would automatically make it seem like I'm trying to put myself as something more than I am. Anybody can be an advocate, right? You can stand outside your house and say, you know, that you believe in something, and technically you're advocating for it, right? So being an advocate doesn't mean that you have any special training, any special, you know, anything. It just means that you're a person who cares about something. However, when on YouTube and people call themselves advocates, we do tend to look at them in a different way. We tend to look up to them and think that they know what they're talking about. Advocates does not mean that you have any sort of real experience, right? I can be an advocate for horse breeding, right? That I want safe practices for horse breeding. Although I may have no idea what any of that means, I can still advocate for it. It doesn't mean that I would be a good advocate. It doesn't mean that I would be successful in advocating for it, but I can still be an advocate. So it doesn't necessarily imply that you have any special knowledge or information about a topic just being an advocate. Now, on social media, however, we do seem to look at advocates in a different type of way. We do expect that if somebody is advocating for something, they are going to be a good example. And unfortunately, that is not always the case. I am not going to go into any specific examples. I am not going to throw anybody under the bus. It's not what this video is about, but I'm sure many of you have seen this, where people use the term advocate to imply that they know something more about a topic than other people, or that you should listen to them about a particular topic because they care more. And the fact is that unless you are going to hold yourself up to a higher standard, you really should be careful about how you classify yourself on YouTube videos. I think when people call themselves an advocate, let's say I say I'm an advocate against drug abuse, but then all I do is make videos about how fun it was to use drugs. I'm not really doing a great job as an advocate, am I? Or let's say I am saying I am an advocate of mental health, but I'm inappropriate with minors. That would also not be a successful advocate, right? However, we have seen these examples over and over again on YouTube where people assume that advocates, people who are self-proclaimed advocates, means that they know something and they can offer something and they're above having flaws. People have flaws, and the fact is we need to determine which flaws are, you know, normal human flaws, and which flaws make somebody no longer a good resource or a good example of a particular topic. For example, if you find somebody who has a channel about mental health and you find out that they've abused people who have mental health issues, right? Maybe we don't want to look to them for the best way to treat those with mental health issues. There's no one-stop shop. There's no one place where we can say these people are good, these people are bad. These advocates are good, these advocates are bad. But the fact is that we need to understand that just because somebody claims to be an advocate doesn't mean that they're really giving us any great information. Personally, I tend to follow those people and tend to respect people who don't put themselves above, who don't try to make themselves sound more important. People who just say, hey, I'm a person and I'm sharing my experience. To me, I value that honesty. I value the fact that they are sharing what they know and only what they know. And if what they know is their own experience, then that's valid. I think so often we want to sound more important than we are. And we start saying that we're advocates. We're trying to make it seem like you should listen to what we have to say because I have experience, I have knowledge, and I know what I'm talking about. But again, as I said earlier, that's not what being an advocate means in any way. It just means that you're caring about something and you're trying to get others to care about it as well. So you can be totally unknowledgeable about a topic and still advocate for it. So I don't know, that's just my thoughts. I just wanted to make a quick short video while I'm on my way home from work, as I miss you guys. I haven't seen you in a while. Let me know, what do you think about people who claim to be advocates, specifically those in recovery or mental health, who aren't really holding up to the standard that we would like to see people who are trying to be advocates? Are there people, and we don't need to name specific people, we all know who some of these people are. This isn't like a throw people under the bus video, but I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Do you think when people use that term they're held to a higher standard? Yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say. I have some good videos in the works. I got some great conversations on Twitter, so I look forward to making those videos, those that need to sit down in front of a computer. But I think we should have some really good discussion videos coming up. This is just a preview of one of them. So let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like the video, it helps me a lot. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.